Yeah, it's CC, CEO. Wanna change your life? Come see me, yo. I'ma teach you how to build up wealth for your family, not just for yourself. I'm a bestseller, a house flipper, a businesswoman, a go-getter, a big investor, a gold builder that could teach you to get richer like millions, baby. You really about to fill your savings. You about to have multiple streams to pass your children, baby. Let me teach you to get your credit on track in the long run. You'll make it all back at Catalyst and watch it all psychology black-owned firm, but we ain't all black.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance. Y'all want to know my middle name? My middle name is Constance Denise Carter, and my family just happens to call me Niecy. And I could be Niecy to you, or I could be Constance. Hopefully, you guys are ready for the Grow Your Money podcast today. I come live every day, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you want to be notified when I come live, I need you to text Constance to 87948. Text Constance to 87948. And you already know, I love for you to talk back to me and talk black to me. Real talk. So I know we have people that are watching from all over the world. I would like for you to put in the comments so I can shout you out. Put in the comments where you're watching from. Are you watching from South Africa? We have people watching from Europe. We have people that's watching from DC, California, Colorado, Atlanta. Put where you are watching from in the comments so I can shout you out. Okay. That's number one. You guys know it. The ones who come here every single day, y'all know what it is. Secondly, if you have a product, because listen, the Grow Your Money podcast is all about building wealth. It's not just about money, because money is just a part of wealth building. It's about body, mind, spirit, all the things that makes life and makes you that makes you wealthy. Your mindset, your spirit, your body, and everything else. So if you have a product or a service, I want you to put it in the comments, because I want to be able to recognize you, and I want other people to be able to do business with you, because the only way that we are going to make it is if we practice collective economics and we do things ourselves. So put your business in the comments. And so, what's up, Sophia? What's happening? Dennis Brackets, where you from again? I see Lynn Jack from Atlanta. I see Ponce de Leon from Indianapolis, Indiana. What's up, Chanel from Hattiesburg, Mississippi? What's crack-a-lacking? Karen from Detroit. Okay, I forgot you was from Minnesota. I appreciate you coming on every single day. Every time I come live, I appreciate it. You be on the face. Then you go over to the YouTube page. You're like everywhere. But here's the thing that I love is that you always follow and you always support. So thank you for always supporting. And whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube or maybe even Instagram or Twitter or LinkedIn, because we're on all of them. We're on like 8 different platforms. Make sure you subscribe and you follow. So if you are on the Dr. Boyce Watkins Black Excellence channel, make sure you subscribe to that if you're seeing this for the first time. If you are on I Am Constance Carter, make sure you subscribe to I Am Constance Carter. And if you're not on I Am Constance Carter, go over to I Am Constance Carter and subscribe. If you're not on Dr. Boyce Watkins Black Excellence channel, go over there and subscribe. And then also make sure you subscribe to the Fly Nubian Queen. Now, I want to talk to you about something that is so sad. It's so devastating. And me being here in the DC area, it's affecting everything around us. And of course, it's affecting everything nationwide, and it's affecting people across the country, because it's not only affects people here, but there are people who were in from other countries that were on this plane. And I'm talking about the plane crash that happened at Washington, D.C. Reagan Airport. It's an airport that I frequent all the time. So conversation, I want to bring on my producer, the dope producer, co-host, Miss Black Hollywood. What's happening?
Hey everybody, I'm in the gym today.
You in the gym today?
Yes. Okay. I came to grow my money today.
Okay. We in the gym today. I like to be in the gym every single day. So last night, after we had our meeting, I seen I think I started getting notifications like around 11 o'clock Eastern that there was this devastating plane crash. And I was just like, when I saw it, you just knew automatically something bad happened. What was your first thought when you saw that?
I woke up to it. I didn't see it last night. After our meeting, I went to the gym.
Okay.
And so I missed all that, came home, was in a meditative Zen mode, and I fell asleep. I did not know. I woke up to all the horror, and I was just like,
Yeah.
what? How could this happen?
Yeah.
So initially I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You just feel that like there were so many people on this flight. It just seemed like a misstep. And then I was just like, how did this happen? I wonder, just looking at the news, wondering, how did this happen? How did this
There's
happen?
so many questions. What we do
Yes.
know is that a Black Hawk helicopter ran into an American Airlines, one of those regional airplanes. I have a
Mm.
picture of what that looks like. So you have one of those regional airplanes that I take all the time. I took this flight. This is, it's one of those smaller American airline jets,
Yeah.
and this is a Black Hawk helicopter, and you could see that it was like coming in, it was getting ready to land. A lot of people start texting their families, "Hey, we're getting ready to land."
Mhm.
You think you're done. They're literally at the
At the
airport about
airport.
to land, and this is
Yes.
what happens. And so let me just show you a brief
turn away if it's not something that you're comfortable seeing.
All right. Okay, so there you go. So looks like from the tarmac, you see a plane is pulling into a gate there, and then right above it, you saw that fireball, and here it is again. Yeah. So we believe that is the moment of impact. There you have it. The flight from American Airlines and that Black Hawk helicopter crashing there. You can see it was close. It was on approach to the very busy airport, very busy runway 33 when that happened. Tough to see this morning.
Obviously.
And, yeah, we know, we continue to say that our thoughts are with everyone impacted.
So it just doesn't make sense, Tiara.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. They were landing. You have air traffic controllers in place.
Yeah.
There was actually audio that I heard, which I didn't get a chance to capture, which they were talking to the Black Hawk, and they were letting them know what they were approaching. And then all of a sudden, I guess a few seconds later, they lost contact, and then
That was
boom.
it.
Yeah. And so there were 60 people on the flight, and I mean, obviously all of them died. The water was like less 30 degrees. And they say if you are in the water like that, you have, I think, minutes before you go into hypothermia, and then you perish.
That's it. Yeah.
You're done. So, you got to wonder like what happened. So I want to bring our girl, a special guest on here, because when we were talking about it last night, in fact, I was on the phone with her last night, and she was like, something don't smell right in the milk. So I was like, let's talk about it tomorrow. And the lovely, the fabulous, the Miss April Sampe. What are you doing? What are you doing, April?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was growing my money. Forgive me. I hope you all are magically delicious, blessed, and highly flavored. Listen, to your point, there is a bit of murkiness in the milk and the Kool-Aid because, it didn't smell right to me at all. Like, so let's start off with the fact that it was a night evaluation. So they were doing a training. The military was actually doing some type of training. I noticed that whenever there's a training that's being done, something else ends up happening, right? So when you're training to stop some kind of chaos normally happens. Why is that? I'm just asking for a friend. Also, it's because everything was too perfect. It just sounds to me like somebody of importance was on said flight. I'm just saying. So
you think it was political? Maybe.
I mean, listen, if it walks like a duck and it smells like a duck, it might be a chicken.
April is the biggest conspiracy theorist.
That is how I identify.
And so I don't know. What do you guys think, audience? Do you think something is a little bit murky? But it honestly, I mean, I can't make that conclusion, but I will say this. There are so many safety protocols. There are so many things in place. Like, this should never happen.
Yeah.
To be a military helicopter,
yeah,
and then to be in DC, no less.
Right. Well, okay, so really, let's just be real here. Where it is located, like I could totally understand if you were in another state, where this is not the norm. You know what I mean? Like somebody's just magically flying in a direction that, like, oh my, I did not even know that you were going to be here because this is a random place. Wasn't expecting an airplane to be right here where I normally am. But sir, ma'am, you're at an airport. Okay. There are these things called airplanes. They go on a regular basis every day, all day. It's a clear night. Why are you there? Why are you where you're not supposed to be? You should have been at least 5-7 miles away. Somebody says not 9/11. I'm just saying. I mean, 9/11 was there. There was a lot of training going on 9/11. Excuse me while I drink.
So your good girlfriend, Jermaine, she was on our show a couple of days ago, and she
So
said,
awesome.
yeah, she said she texted me and she said, well, first I said she texted me and she said
She said something.
she said something.
She did. I'm sure she
She
said
did.
something.
She was
Oh,
saying,
she said because I said on my page April has an angle, right? Because I posted about it last night, and she goes, "What's April's angle?" So now she texts me. She goes, "What's April's angle?" Because we don't see eye to eye politically, is what she said. And
You
then
know?
you and Jermaine don't. And
Oh.
then I said, she said she thinks somebody was on that plane, and she said I wouldn't doubt it. And then she said, but because she's in DC, I've seen multiple fighter helicopters in the sky since he took office. One day over my house, 4 in the sky at the same time, which is not normal. They are
It's
distinct.
not.
Black Hawks don't look like the regular helicopters. Last night, I woke up to the sounds of one flying over my house, headed to or from Andrews Air Force Base. This is not normal.
It's not normal.
so what do you mean? I mean, so I don't live in DC. I live in Hollywood, but I am moving to Prince George County soon.
You know what? You would
But
fit
tell
in
me,
perfectly, honey. You are a PG girl. Pretty good.
I'm taking it. Oh, Miss Black PG. Listen, all right, I'm focused, Constance. I'm not gonna do it today. So explain to me because I don't live in the area. What
I
does
don't
that
either.
mean when you're saying that these trainings are happening? Like, what does that mean?
Well, just in general. So let's take DC out of it, right? When you're dealing with a lot of training activities. So um, on 9/11, there was a training activity that took place. Um, uh, a military, not a military. I don't remember what kind of training it was because that was a long time ago. But I did do some research on it. There was training activity that was going on to quote unquote keep people safe. Another set of training that took place, the World Economic Forum, they actually did some training on what to do if there's an outbreak that happens, such
Like
as
right before these big catastrophes happen, you'll
a
see some
pandemic.
abnormal activity happening.
But
So you
right
mean like
before
like a fire drill? Like I'm trying to
right,
understand the word. Okay, like a
yeah,
fire drill. Like we're
right.
gonna do this in case. Okay,
We're going to do
okay.
a fire drill. So right before COVID, for example, they did some type of training to see how everybody would be affected if, you know, a pandemic just magically appeared and then magically a pandemic appeared. I mean, I'm just, listen,
April don't trust the government at
I don't trust, wait,
all.
For good
I don't trust
reason.
anyone. I don't trust anyone. I don't trust anyone that is supposed to be in charge of me. So as far as I'm concerned, absolutely not. So
Well, I will say it's just it doesn't make sense. That's the only thing that I know, and that's the only thing that I could jump to conclusions on is just
Yeah.
because you have the air traffic controllers. This is a military
Mm-hmm.
helicopter.
and everybody, all of the military personnel supposedly were have been doing this for a while. Like they're all very seasoned. So if you are very seasoned, you know that if you are near an airport to be able to communicate with air traffic control.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
So
Somebody said, "Where's Olivia Pope?" It's so
right.
unfortunate. All lives were lost if there was shenanigans going on, and
Yeah.
that's the thing is they went from rescue efforts to recovery efforts. So
Yeah.
we know. I mean, they said within minutes. Like you go into that water and as cold as it is, hypothermia sets in immediately. So they were saying, oh, they got at first I seen, within the hour they were saying, oh, we got 4 people that we've taken them to the hospital. But now they were saying that they have over 30 that they've recovered. And then we know that, I mean, if they haven't recovered them, like they're
By now,
gone.
it's over. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was a young man, he was at the airport. He said his wife just texted him and he was just there waiting on his wife, his 26-year-old wife. She just said, "Hey, we're landing." And
Mm.
he's there waiting for him. I mean, it was more shock at that point because it just happened. And
Yeah.
so it's heartbreaking because people are there, like, where are our loved ones? Now they're grappling with the fact that they're gone, And
Yeah.
then there was the Russian, some
Figure
Russians on
skater.
Figure skater.
Mhm. Well, so then let's take it one step further, just for un minito for flavor, if you don't mind. We go back to the Malaysian, of course. We go back to the Malaysian flight.
It's the government.
Flight 370.
Government's calling her.
I know,
The
right?
government.
Is that the government calling? We go back to the Malaysian flight 370. And if you think about like all of the people that they had on that flight, they were supposedly a lot of scientists, people that like cured a lot of things. You always want to see who was on the flights that have those random.
Wait, what flight are you talking about? Had the scientists on there?
The Malaysia flight. Did she say?
Malaysian flight 370.
Why do you know
I want to say it was 370. They still haven't quote unquote found it. Is that the one? I
No,
could
the
be
one
wrong.
that just disappeared.
Yeah, the one that
the one that disappeared.
Mhm.
I remember. What year was that?
2014.
2014.
They still ain't found that plane.
So I'm just saying, like, if you stop and think about like all of the flights that have really random conspiracy around them, who was on the flights?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or what recently happened, or what are you trying to get me to look at? Right?
Or what are you distracting me from?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
What do you want me to look at this flight? Then what's over here? Somebody is playing behind the curtain. And so I think that if we focus more on like, okay, what's happening behind the curtains, as opposed to what is actually happening right in front of our faces, maybe we'll get some more answers. And to your point, yes, we need to really give some positive energy out there to the loved ones.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of conspiracy around it, but there are also lives that were lost, and there are people who are really hurting.
Yeah.
So well said.
My prayers definitely go out. So you're in DC. So Washington, DC, the capital of the country. We just had your new president installed, and shit it's just hit the fan in DC. Plane crash in DC, military in DC, all of these things. And then Jermaine says that they've been doing these extra training near her in DC. It just begs you to wonder, to your point, April, what is really going on? And I won't speculate, but what is really going on? And you got to question that. You said, I will. And then, you think, and I don't want to make this a political thing, even though, how can you not? But you got to look at so I see all these people. Even we had Aisha Braveboy on yesterday. Remember, she had this beautiful, my condolences go out to the family. Then you have Barack Obama. He's like, look, our hearts break for the families who lost loved ones in the tragic plane and helicopter crash at DCA. Michelle and I send our prayers, our condolences to everyone who's mourning today, and we're grateful to the first responders who are doing everything they can to help under extremely difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
Right? Real presidential. And then you have Trump.
Very, very bad. Go ahead.
Look at that picture. The airplane was on, okay, I'm gonna say it like him. The airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. The helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It is a clear night. The lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? Why didn't the control tower tell the helicopter what to do instead of asking if they saw the plane? This is a bad situation that looks like it should have been prevented. Not good.
So, nigga,
you the commander in chief. You the boss. These is your employees. Why are you acting like you us?
I was saying something earlier, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm sorry. I am not a fan of anyone, especially right now. Oh, I'm not a fan of anybody. Lord Jesus, hallelujah, hallelujah. Um, somebody said he's so dumb. I appreciate what Obama said, right? To your point, very, very, very presidential, very like feel good. And I think that that is wonderful. I also think, because I am she who will play devil's advocate, I do think that we have been coddled so much that we can't hear anything that's not warm and fuzzy and feel good. So if we were in a different country, because we have so many people that are saying, I'm moving to another country. I'm not dealing with this, America that. And I'm like, if you go someplace else, you're going to get no warm and fuzzy moments with a lot of the higher ups, with a lot of the presidents, with a lot of the whoever's in charge, right? And so I feel that sometimes we need to just not have all the warm and fuzzies, but I also don't feel that we need to have somebody who's talking like us.
So as a leader, you set the tone for the people who follow you, right? I know as a business owner, like how I react, respond, how I lead, what I do, it sets the tone for everybody else.
100%.
And you're saying, well, we don't need to be coddled. We need to be spoken to. Like, we need to know what's going on.
Right.
And until you really understand, though, until you really know what's going on, you don't put shit out there like that. Like, this motherfucker's like, why did they go up or that's common sense. That's my question too. Why didn't they go up or down? We don't know. But why are you asking this question to the public?
And that's why I say what I said. I feel that it should have been just plain and simple up front until we do have some answers. I also feel that my biggest problem with what's always going on is that we never get answers. And I feel that if we had answers, we might not need to be coddled as much.
So you think Americans are too coddled?
Yes. Sorry, did I say that too loud? You know? I'm gonna ask you. So okay, let's talk about this, because a good girlfriend and I were having a conversation about the children. And when I say the children, I'm saying where she works, they have people that have recently graduated from the college and the universities. These wonderful children, some of them have brought their parents. I said this, I'm saying this. I need you to hear what I'm saying. They have brought their parents to their job interviews. Some of them have said, I will take this job, but I need to speak to my mother first before I can take said job.
That reminds me of something you said, Tier. Yeah, you had to take somebody to your job interview.
I did. I took my boyfriend and was like, can you hire him too?
If you want me, you got to take him too.
How old were you?
You're going to need something to do. So,
how old were you?
40. He said, if you want this job, you got to give me a goddamn job too.
That's what happened. That's a true story.
Excuse me. You how old?
I was 30. That was me being supportive of a black man. Do you hear me? I love my black men.
Me too. I wrote a song about him, honey. Listen, I like him tall, dark, light skinned, muscle bound, big bone. I'm telling you, I love me a beautiful black man. However.com. No, ma'am.
Well,
and my thing is that these children, so I'm going to talk about you later in my head. But these children have brought their parents to their job interviews, or they laughed at you,
Tiara. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Or they have to get permission from their parent to take a job that they want.
Who's doing this? Where did this happen at?
A friend of mine is bringing on new employees at her job.
Oh wow!
And and the reason being is because these children have been so coddled, they do not know how to manage in their own everyday life.
Okay, I can get that. Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
And you look at us, right? When we were 25, You know what I mean? We might have been able to live on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's even say 30. You have a lot of people nowadays who have no idea how to do anything by themselves because they have been coddled so much. We cannot hear bad news unless it is wrapped around something positive or wrapped around something that feels good. It's like if we don't hear it the way that we want it to be said, then it's unacceptable. And so, like I said, I don't feel that he said what he said correctly at all. I mean, it should nothing have. You should have just been quiet and let somebody else put something out there. You know what I mean? Like let it have been.
That's not what he does.
No, and
Yeah,
I
He
get
don't do
that.
that.
I'm
Yeah.
not disagreeing. But what I'm expressing is sometimes we need to get rid of all the warm and fuzzies and get more to the direct.
But that's the beautiful thing about living in this country. We're not in a war-torn country where everything is just like violent and we're just expecting bad things to happen. I don't think it's us being coddled. I think it's us having this sense of safety and the expectation that we're going to live the safe life, the safe, normal, happy, healthy life, the American dream. And so, yeah, you expect, because again, the tone comes from the leader. And he sets the tone for the rest of the country. And so he's supposed to be like making sure everybody, you don't want uprisings like this man causes riots,
Yeah.
uprisings, like he gets people riled up. Everything he does is based upon hate. And again, I don't want to politicize this, but every time he talks is based upon they did bad, they didn't do good, they're rapists, they're murderers, they're all these people. And so this is how he approaches everything. But if you are my leader, I need you to give me direction. I need to know where to follow you, not just hate everything that's not like me. And that's what he does. That's what he stirs up in people, you know?
So at this moment, they said that he's doing a press conference now. So I want to know in the chat, y'all, tell us what he's saying. Because obviously we can't present it live. We can't roll it hot in here. And so just tell us what's happening. Tell us some quotes we want to hear.
Can I also ask about, because that's a great point. Can you put that in the chat what he's saying? But can you also put it in without your emotion behind it?
Are you a Trump supporter?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's
the funny thing. Because,
going.
no. I have no problem with people asking that question. Absolutely not. But am anybody supporter? Absolutely not.
I feel you.
I have listened to both sides. I think that's what bothers people about me is that I listen to both sides and I'm like, you know what? This party had a very valid point. Or this side, that is horrible. He should not have said that. But I'll say it on both sides. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with saying anything positive or negative.
There's nothing positive I can say about Donald Trump. There's nothing that you can do or say that has any, just inch of any sense. But I will say this. One thing that Aisha said yesterday on our show, she said, our lives haven't really changed much under Democratic or a Republican administration, right? You know, you're Democrat, like, okay, if a Democrat's president, that's one thing. I mean, our life don't change, but whatever. But this is different because he's dismantling everything that we have. And, it brings me to wondering what nationality was the pilot? Because Elon Musk said something that was interesting a few months ago about him not wanting a DEI pilot. Do you remember that? Yeah, I'm gonna look for it. Y'all talk real quick. I
remember him saying that. I remember him saying that because he was saying that with the DEI pilot,
and are qualified.
Yeah, they were just handed the role. Yeah.
See,
if we're gonna talk about who I'm not a fan of, I'm sorry. Like that's one person I'm not a fan of because I'm like you. We talk about my conspiracy hat, and Lord, if I had like some tinfoil, I would make a tinfoil hat right now. Because he's a person who is talking to people about putting implants in your head. You know what I mean? Like, and then at the same time, I feel like he's a walking contradiction. That's just me.
So here, let me just tell you what he said. It will take an airplane crashing and killing hundreds of people for them to change this crazy policy of DIE. Let's wrote misplacing the DEI acronym. In a separate post, he wrote, "Do you want to fly in an airplane where they are prioritizing DEI hiring over your safety? That is actually what's happening," he wrote in a post.
That's so strange to me that for some odd reason, they don't, being them, don't recognize that people are still qualified. You have to be qualified. You have to be trained. Whoever this pilot was, whoever the pilots are, they're trained to fly a plane. It's not like, oh, well, I'm black here, hire me. What do I got to do? Like nobody, you can't do that. That's not how this works. So I just think that his logic, it just doesn't. The argument is crazy. Did you see him talking to Don Lemon, and he was also talking about DEI, professional medical professionals like doctors, and Don Lemon was like, I'm just trying to understand because
Right, they still got to be
qualified. Like
qualified.
we just trying
Yeah,
to understand where you're coming from. He was like,
that's why he fired Don Lemon ass right after the interview, because he challenged him. He's not used to people challenging him. But somebody said that's nonsense. He said, you're reaching, we don't know what race the pilot is or the helicopter was. My point in saying that is, I wonder if they're going to blame that on DEI once they find out, or is, maybe there's a point. You got to think about this. He said DEI must DIE. Then he rigged the election for Donald Trump. And then the first thing on Donald Trump's agenda was to get rid of dismantle DEI. So, I mean, Elon Musk is the most powerful man in the world. The man got an office. The man had a whole, has been on a tour. And the way he celebrated his victory was like it was his victory and not Donald Trump's victory. This man has a lot more power than you think.
Yeah, I mean, it was his election. He bought it. He bought it.
Yeah.
April, you were going to say something. You were raising your hand. What were you going to say?
I was going to actually go back to the airplane, in that oftentimes those smaller planes or those more regional flights are of people who are newer in their role as a pilot. So doesn't necessarily mean color, doesn't mean background, doesn't mean whatever. It just means that oftentimes they're newer in their role, which is a little strange to me. This has always been strange to me, that the newer pilots get those routes, because they're usually working with much older planes, and they're working with shorter distances, but they're also working with smaller runways.
Yeah, but he was in his route, like he was landing.
He was
So
landing.
I don't even think that this is not the plane's fault, because because of the way you have to descend and all of that, like something getting in your way, you can't move or go up or down. You're just in that route. So like Trump was saying, why did he go up or down or move out the way or just not be there?
I mean, you don't see a plane. This is just my fault. This is just me. I mean, excuse my ignorance, but
this motherfucker, are y'all watching the comments? This motherfucker is blaming everybody. He's blaming DEI hires. He's blaming Obama. Wow. Like, now he's talking about himself and all he's done thus far and what Obama Biden didn't do.
Okay. All right.
Y'all, so it's hard not to have this kind of contention towards this man when this is what he does. So of course he politicized it. He's not saying, look, Obama said, listen, our hearts go out. Obama would have never blamed President Bush for especially at this early of the investigation.
Happened a few hours ago, right? Like he like, it's you, it's them. Let me try to find the transcripts. Go ahead, Constance.
April. I mean, what? It just boggles my mind. And is this where the country is going? Like, are we gonna? Well, first of all, Trump said if we don't never got to vote for anybody again, because he plans on being the president, for the rest of his life. And then they're trying to get a third. They're trying to get a third term for him. But is this what the country wants? Do you see this as being a pattern for the sentiment of the country going forward? Because the way this dissension is, how he acts, how he responds, is this what the country wants? And is this what we're going to see in America?
Are you asking me that?
Yes.
Why are you asking me that question?
It's just a conversation piece, baby.
Yeah, that's not a good conversation. I don't know what the country wants. I'm gonna tell you, the country wants to be coddled. That's what I'm telling you. The country wants to be coddled. That's what the country wants. The country wants everybody to say all warm and fluffy things. The country, everybody wants to have a problem with everything. Everybody wants to be angry about stuff. That's what I believe. So I'm like, take Trump out of it. Take Trump out of it, take Biden out of it, take Obama out of it. I feel that everybody wants to be angry. Everybody wants to blame somebody else for everything that they're doing. Nobody wants to take ownership, and everybody wants to say that somebody's a problem or somebody's stopping them from their bag.
So he's blaming who is this person he's blaming? They're saying, is he the FAA person? They're saying he's blaming what's this other guy? Who is this? Pete.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, who is this person?
I forget.
DEI hiring. So, but if it's the military helicopter's fault, then what would this have to do with the DEI hiring? Is this DEI hiring in the military, or is this the FAA? Like, what is this?
But I think
who is
I
he?
just have to see it.
You got to see what?
I'm saying I got to see this press conference. I got to see it. Well, I just got to read it. I'm looking for the.
Pete Buttigieg is Secretary of Transportation. That's who he is. Pete Buttigieg was Secretary of Transportation.
Secretary of Transportation. So he's blaming him, but he would be over not the military, because Donald Trump, you are the commander in chief, so you are over the military. So how is that his fault? Like, you're saying this, it's the helicopter's fault, but then you're blaming the.
If I'm going to say whose fault it is, it's air traffic control. Period. If we're going to say whose fault,
no, it's not. No, because I listened to the audio of air traffic control talking to the helicopter, and they were telling them that this plane is coming down, and then all of a sudden you didn't hear it. It was something going on with that helicopter. Somebody was on that helicopter that shouldn't have been. There was 3 people on the helicopter. Right. So and that was probably one defector.
All 3 of them were very seasoned military personnel.
Somebody was on a suicide mission.
And so then that part. I mean, I'm just saying, so if that's the case, why are we making that part a thing? What we should be doing, to everybody's point originally, is if we need to coddle somebody, it should be the families of the people who lost their loved ones. Point blank hurt.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually looking to get some information on this press conference right now too. So if for y'all in the audience, let us know what you see. But these are merely Dr. J said Trump is a DEI hire, not DEI hiring, but placing loyalists who are incompetent and in the results. He has vitriol, and I can't speak on it without watery eyes and a somber heart. That's your man's, Tierra. That's your man's. I like the lady at the bottom. She's thinking logically. Shut your ass up,
thank you. So, wait, but I'm nobody's friend. So,
I know you're somebody's friend today. They like you today.
Somebody was gonna like you.
They like you today.
It never happened. It never happened. So look at God.
Look at God. Well, here's what I want to. So we always try to have a solution. It's not just about the conspiracy theories, or it's not just about what's going on politically. People lost their lives. 64, at least on this flight, lost their lives, and then 3 people lost their lives in the helicopter. So it is a sad, 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 sad day, no matter who's at fault. I mean, I guess we can kind of speculate because we're regular citizens, right? But to have a president that speculates it's just non-presidential, but he's never been presidential. I mean, and that's what people love. That's what the Mountain Dew drinking, no tooth people, brother, sister marrying, Trump supporters, that's how they think. They don't care about him being presidential. They have so much hatred for other races or other people because their lives are so miserable. They got to blame somebody. And Trump is the person who's blaming everybody for their misery when it's really the ultra wealthy that are keeping them impoverished. That's really what it is. But it's sad that, we have to deal with things like that from the president of the United States. But what can you do? I want to go to solutions, y'all. I want to go to solutions because at the end of the day, we don't know when we gonna die.
Yeah.
Somebody said in the comments, that's a horrible, horrible way to die. I think I might rather die in a plane crash than a car crash, right? Because then I think so.
I want to die old and
no. I'm saying I'd rather like a car crash. You might hurt. I don't think I'm gonna hurt in a plane crash. Like you're like that. So, but you don't know when you're going to die. And so people, we really have to get prepared, especially us Black people. We got to start. So I just want to just real quick talk about financial preparedness. Okay. 67% of us have no estate or plan or will.
Mhm.
50% of us have life insurance, and nearly half of them are underinsured.
Yeah.
40% of us, of US adults, would struggle to cover a $400 emergency expense.
Yeah.
That's real serious, y'all. We
Yeah.
got to get it together for our families because we don't know when our day or hour is going to come up. So we got to get some estate planning. You got to get a will. A will, though, is just instructions. We've talked about this before on Fly Nubian Money. It's just instructions. It specifies how your assets are distributed, but it can be contested. It can go to court. If you have things, properties, it can go to probate. And that could take anywhere from 6 months at minimum to 2 years on average. Okay. You got to get a living trust.
Yes.
Set up your shit. Get a power of attorney. So guess what? If I become incapacitated, my daughter is my power of attorney. She's 25 years old. She knows what's best for me. You guys appoint someone to make financial and medical decisions if you are incapacitated. How do you do that? You just sign a power of attorney document. You could Google one on the internet. You have it notarized, and then you good. The fourth thing you need to do is make sure you have beneficiaries on your life insurance. Make sure your beneficiaries know that they're beneficiaries. Make sure you have it on your 401k, on your bank accounts. Because I see far too often people be having insurance. Nobody know where mama insurance policy is. They scrambling and scrimping and scraping for mama's insurance policy. We don't know. We don't know how to get in mama's bank accounts. We don't know because we don't know how to cover mama's her funeral because we don't know where everything is. So we got to make sure that we're not putting extra burden on our families because they're already mourning our loss once they lose us. And now they scrambling for all this stuff. So
keep your family off GoFundMe.
Girl.
You know, like GoFundMe is not the option. Like
we went from barbecue dinners to car washes to GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Black people, get insurance. Get life insurance, please.
It's cheap.
It's so cheap. You can get life insurance for $20, $30 a month. It'll cover something. Make sure that your policies are updated. Do you have enough coverage? Because we just said most people are either uninsured or underinsured. Start an emergency fund, even if you save $20 a week, and then build that habit. And you can create your living trust. Last week, I just created an ebook. Go to makemylivingtrust.com. You could go and do a living trust for $20. I did a living trust, makemylivingtrust.com. And I give you the prompts using ChatGPT, how to make your legally binding living trust. And you don't got to pay an attorney long gone are the old ways of having to do things and pay people thousands of dollars in doing it. You can make your own living trust just like that.
I like the fact that Terry, the notary public, that he was putting out there, you know, that he'll notarize it for you. And the reason I say that,
I love that.
Right, because I'm sorry, but we got to always support businesses out there. And he's like, look, I'm willing to do it. So we got to put you out there, babe.
Good looking out. What's your contact information, Terry, the Notary Public, so that they can contact you if they need to? And we appreciate you putting that out there because this is what it's about. This is about doing business with people who look like you. But we got to get our affairs in order. Like this is what I got out of this is that life is not promised.
Yeah.
Anything can happen at any given time. You can go outside, like they always say, get hit by a bus. We can get into a car accident. You can have a heart attack. You just don't know. Yeah. And so it's important that we have our affairs in order. I try to make it easy. I also, on my website, constancecarter.com, if you click on books, I have a personal information organizer where you can put all your bank accounts, everything in one place. Send an email to your kids or to your spouse. Now you have a place where you could just have everything at where they know in case something happens. It's free. Go to my website. You can get that for free. But that living trust, go to makemylivingtrust.com and get the ebook. I just created it because I was updating my living trust. And I'm like, yo, they can do this easy. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars like I did for my living trust. You can do it for $20. The ebook is $20 freaking dollars. Go to my website and download the damn book the ebook so that you can get a living trust so your family your kids won't be fighting each other when you die. That's my takeaway. What's you guys' biggest takeaway from what you're seeing today? Is it political? Is it conspiracy? What should have happened? What could have happened? Like, what do you guys think?
I just think it's so unfortunate. That's the thing that keeps coming to my spirit. It's so hard for me to start waking up in the morning. Literally, I just found out about this an hour and a half ago, right? I woke up to it. So I couldn't wake up banking on bacon, like, oh, I could banging on people like, oh, you did it. You did it. My heart just thinks about how often we all travel and how easy it could have been. It could have been us. And so I love what you said about just being prepared for that moment, because we don't know. We don't know the day or the hour which the Lord will take us back. Hallelujah. So
Yeah.
we just gotta make sure that, you know, we're like you said, we put those steps in order. It just also makes me want to love on the people that are still here with me even more. So just like loving on the people, making sure that you tell them you love them, because how often are we landing and just, you know, on a plane and just saying like, we're about to land. I'm 500 feet from the ground. I'll be at terminal 4, you know, like, and they didn't even make it. It's just
Right.
like in a blink of an eye. So it's my heart, the empath heart of mine wants to just like, it's just bleeding for those families that were there waiting in the terminals and waiting for their loved ones to get off a plane, and it didn't happen. So
Yeah. So many times that's one of the airports that we fly out of, and I've flown that particular flight back in May. Might have even been that airplane, who knows? But you just think about, these people weren't expecting that. They didn't wake up
no.
thinking that was going to happen. And it's so tragic. It is so sad. And really, this is not a laughing matter. We're not on here laughing at anybody's death.
No.
But you got to wonder all the things, right? Because we want to talk about all the things that might be out there. It might be a conspiracy, but I do believe with all my heart of hearts that Trump, he could have done better. He can do better. This is going to go into a whole blaming game, April. Like, I know you said that we too soft. I know you said that we too coddled, but
I don't think that you all actually made a very valid point. Like, this is just it's not the right time for you to say that. The investigation hasn't been done, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not disagreeing with that part. What I am saying is that we are too soft. You know what I mean? If we're going to be soft about anything, it should be the fact that lives were lost.
Yeah.
That's the part that we should be focused on, not, I can't believe he said this. I can't believe he said. I don't care about what he said. I think that that's where my biggest change in life is coming from. And Constance, you and I have had this conversation. My focus is no longer on anything political, right?
Yeah.
My focus is, how am I able to advance not only myself, but how am I able to advance my people? How am I able to add value? How am I able to pour into? Because I feel that I have been groomed to be a victim, and that makes my ass itch. Okay, on levels that asses should
Why
not.
do you feel like you've been groomed to be a victim? Because I can go through historically in this country all
are.
the shit that these people have
We
done
are.
to we are victims.
We
Black people.
are.
Listen,
Okay,
every
But we're
time we
resisting
take
it.
2 steps forward, these motherfuckers push us 10 steps back. So let's
Okay,
not forget what these motherfuckers do.
No. This is the part that bothers me, and I'm just going to put your
So,
business
hey,
out
bring
there.
it.
No problem. There's a place called Bowie, Maryland. I'm just going to say Bowie, Maryland, so I'm going to cover that as a whole. Bowie, Maryland is in Prince George's County, Maryland.
Right.
There is an area within Bowie that has homes that are in the millions of dollars. It is behind a beautiful gate, and nothing but people.
Wait. Hold on.
I would like to finish my thought, please, and thank you. There are people that live behind said gate, the majority. And when I say the majority, 93% of the people that live behind said gate look like you and myself. They are people of color. They have worked their asses off to get to where they are. Some of them born with silver spoons in their mouths. And they have never allowed anyone to say, because you are Black, you cannot have. Right? And so I was taught as a child, I don't care what color you are. I don't care where you came from. I don't care from the fact that your father was from the country of all country areas. Your mom is from country of all country areas. All of them, everybody in my family on my mother's side is college educated. All of them. My grandfather did not have a college education. My grandfather didn't have an education past 8th grade, but he made sure that all of his children did. Nothing as it relates to the color of their skin stopped them from being the successful people that they are. And I will never, ever allow anyone to say that because I am Black, that I am less than. So as far as I'm concerned, I am a queen. I was born a queen. I was born into a queendom. Nothing and no one can take that away from me. And I feel that if we start believing that and telling ourselves that versus the white man is taking me down, the white man is holding me back. I have friends who are white and I see I see them. Yeah, I have no problem with saying it. I'll say it out loud in front of everybody.
Well, I have Black friends.
Yes. I have Black friends too. I have white friends. I have Black friends. I have Asian friends. I don't care if you're blue, purple, if you're from my planet, because a lot of people do know that I am from another planet. I don't care what your background is. You are not going to stop me from being great. And I think that needs to change, and that's the problem that needs.
Oh, go ahead. You want to go?
No. I'm just go.
I just want to say one thing.
I'll say it after you.
Just one thing. Bullshit.
Yeah.
That's fine. Listen, if you are going to be a victim, you can be a victim. I don't mind.
Say one more time.
Be the victim that you are. I'm okay with that, and I will still love you and all of your victimhood. I will love you and all of the victimness that you want to have in your life. But as long as you have that victim mentality, you will forever be a victim.
Can I say it again?
I'll say in the middle. I'm just gonna say this. Like I can see both perspectives, of course, but I'll just say, but I will say, Black people can have a mindset. We can have a growth mindset. We could adopt what April is saying, right? We could have a growth mindset instead of a victim mindset, right? But on the other side, there are things. What Black people, I think, can't believe is that white people, millionaires are having conversations about their demise, while we don't have those conversations, right? Before the DEI stuff happened, they sat and talked about it. They made a plan. They made a strategy years ago. So, this is y'all think it's being rolled out in the last 7 days when they've been talking about our Black asses. They've been. COINTELPRO, they sat and talked about it. Like everything that has happened that has been discriminatory against Black people has been planned. And I think we sleep because we can't fathom as a people somebody sitting around going, how can we stay the majority? How can we stay on top?
And here's the thing. This is where I guess I get frustrated because, to my point, as it relates to like my grandfather, my grandparents, my back in the day, they had that 20 million times worse than we could ever have it today.
Girl, okay, let me just say something real quick, because that's pure plug bull shit. Okay, so if we go,
pretty much you're saying that I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
No, I'm saying
you can have your opinion, and you can.
I'm saying your opinion is bullshit.
And that's fine, and you are welcome to have your opinion. But you listen. As long as you have the victim mindhood, you will. That's how you will be.
Okay, and I'm going to say what you say is bullshit. So listen, me and April actually have these conversations offline. So this is not.
They friends. This ain't gonna mess up their friendship. But I love watching it.
This is not abnormal.
No.
But it's bullshit. So let me tell you why, April Sampe, is because if you have to, if you don't know your past, you don't know where you're going. I am absolutely right. The gates that she talked about. I live in $1 million neighborhood in a mostly Black area in one of the wealthiest counties in the country. Okay, I didn't do that because of white people. I did it in spite of white people, and most Black people have to work harder, jump higher, do all the things in spite of white supremacy. Just like Tiara said, they sit around thinking about what they can do to oppress you. They do.
Why don't you? Hold on.
This
is how you can elevate you.
Wait a minute. I'll let you talk. Wait a minute. Hold up. I'll let you talk though. Let me just say this. After Reconstruction, they had what's called Black codes. They had Jim Crow. We had wealthy Black neighborhoods. We had people in Congress. We had those things, and they have systematically and intentionally done things to destroy. Every time we take 2 steps forward, they want to push us back. So we have been affluent. We have created our own. We've had more than Tulsa and Greenwood than that Black Wall Street. We had affluent communities all
in
over
every
the country
single state,
where
in
we,
every country.
yes, where we've done business and where we've
I'm sorry,
thrived. White people have intentionally destroyed these neighborhoods. Black people, they put systems in place, laws in place to keep us from wealth. So you're saying that we're victims because we've been victimized. So you're gonna victimize, you're gonna blame the victim for being victimized? Bullshit. That's bullshit. Yes, we have opportunity now. Absolutely. So what I always say is, yes, this happened to us, but they done fucked around and gave us the internet. We need to practice collective economics in spite of these motherfuckers. That's what I say. That doesn't make me a victim because I know what these motherfuckers did to us. It makes me aware. Okay. It makes me woke.
Good. Be aware. And I didn't say
stop me though.
One time say don't be aware. I'm saying stop making. So I'm gonna put it out there. When one thing that has changed my whole mind, and I think I told you this when we first met, is how I would write on my mirror amazing things about myself. There's something called daily affirmations. I know everyone has heard of these things, right? You affirm who you are and what makes you who you are, right? And if you keep telling yourself the good things, then eventually your mind will change and believe it, right? You keep telling yourself you are the shit, you are true, that it's true. You tell yourself you are some shit, also true, right? And so if I keep telling myself I am a victim, I will forever be a what? Say it with me now, everybody. Victim.
No, we're not calling ourselves victims. We're pointing out what these motherfuckers do.
I am reminding myself all day, every day, that I am the shit. And I am reminding myself every day that I will forever be the queen that I am. Any children that come around me, any little Black children, I'm going to tell you, you are the most amazing thing that ever walked the face of the earth. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. And I'm also going to say, you want to build something? Build it. I'm not going to say you can't build it because of what somebody else told you can't do, or what somebody.
We're not saying that. We said that they are, recognize it and do it in spite of, but it doesn't negate the fact that they are sitting around planning the demise of your Black ass, and I don't care whether you believe it or not.
When did I tell me one time, and I need you to tell me one time that I said that wasn't happening.
But you're blaming you're saying we are.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
One
time did I say that? I said, and I quote, I am reminding myself of my greatness. So I need you to listen with your ears and not your emotions. Focus, man. Focus.
Bullshit, April.
That's fine.
Bullshit.
You can say it all you want. And you know what, Constance? I'm going to tell you this. True story. I think you're awesome. I'm not even lying.
Hey, this is my wait. So first of all, this is my dog. This is my
dog. But what I'm saying is, I think you're awesome in that you can have any opinion that you want. I think you're one of the most brilliant humans that I know. Damn, I'm mad that I just told you that. I don't want your head to get any bigger. But what I'm not going to do is stop anybody from having the mindset of being or reminding themselves of the fact that they're fucking awesome. Am I allowed to say the F word?
I'm with you on that. I'm with you. Yeah. We got to tell ourselves it's so
every day.
We have to tell ourselves, and I can agree with you on that. We got to tell ourselves that we are awesome. And that's what we say. Listen, we've had all of these setbacks and hardships and obstacles and system. Like this system is not designed to help Black people. It is not. But in spite of, we're still resilient. In spite of, 43% of us are still homeowners, even though they try to push us out of home ownership. We're still becoming homeowners. The number one way to build wealth, right? They gave millions of white people millions of land for free in the 1862 Homestead Act. That's why their wealth is so much what it is. That's why our wealth is 23,000. Theirs is 180,000 because they've given them opportunities that we didn't have. We're not victims. It's that we worked this country for 250 years and we couldn't even get 40 acres and a motherfucking mule. So you tell me that we're victims? No, we have been doing stuff in spite of, but we still got to recognize these motherfuckers so that we know how to navigate because
don't stay there. Don't use it in your mind.
And so they've done it in the past and they may try to do it again, and so we've got to be aware.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull us back. I'm gonna pull us back to the aircraft in DC And I think the point is taken, y'all. So I'm gonna reel us in. As a producer, I got to reel the
Yo, I
panel
love
back
you.
in. So let's talk about. Are we finished talking about solutions?
Yes.
Where we going? Where we going?
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna wrap this up with a bow.
Okay. All right. Cool. Go ahead, Constance. Take it away.
So April.
Shit.
I love this. Hold on. This is the most fun I've had here in a long time.
What are your final thoughts, April? And they called somebody a coontress. I'm not sure if it was you or if it was
might have been me. It might have been me. I mean,
I love it. Listen, I love when people talk shit about me. April loves when they talk shit about her. We love it. We go back and
Like, I don't care. Okay. Listen, all I want to do is win, and I want everybody around me to win. So if that's how you feel, all right. I will say my final thoughts. You made a very valid point as it relates to home ownership. And I'm gonna put a little plug real quick because that's what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people and peepettes, my name is April St. Pay Foster. Please say the Foster. I am in real estate, and I love to help everyone get to the level of home ownership. I feel that everybody deserves to have a home, and I feel that there is a way for you to get a home. It is not just getting a mortgage and having to have the perfect credit. There's sometimes there are ways around a regular mortgage, meaning there are fun and constructive ways and fun ways that we can work out your financing, right? There are ways that we can find the house that's perfect for you. And you can always start with something small. You don't have to have that grand house, but all you have to do is call me. And I'll if you follow me on the social media, I will make sure that you have a way to contact me. But contact me when you're ready to purchase a home. I don't care what state you're in. I can find you an agent that works with me that can actually help you to achieve the goal of home.
April, how can they follow you?
What's your website? What's the
My
website?
website. Thank you. That's a great one. My website is aprilfosterproperties.com. That's aprilfosterproperties.com. Schedule an appointment. I'd love to talk to you.
Somebody said they want your number, and it's not a man, so you ain't got to worry.
Okay. If you go to April,
let's not give out our number.
No. Instagram.
If you go to aprilfosterproperties.com, you can actually get all of the information that you need. aprilfosterproperties.com. Properties.com. That's aprilfosterproperties.com.
But I also have to say something about April.
Is this right? aprilfosterproperties.com. That's right, right?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, perfect. We'll keep it there.
So April is one of the most amazing singers, performers that I have ever seen. And I wish I had her video. I used to always embarrass her. But April is the dopest, one of the dopest performers. Now, I know music. I'm at concerts like every other day. I love live music. I love performance. I study that shit. I'm a musician. But April, yes. She sang, girl.
Girl, I got an album coming out.
Yes.
March.
She got an album. Miss Black Hollywood been doing a damn thing. Girl, oh my God, I wish we could play your song.
We can't right now, but we will.
Okay.
I'm right.
Okay.
You know, I gotta. We're gonna shoot.
Girl, the song is dope.
Really
the song,
the right way.
for real. Her song is fire. For real.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yes, for real.
I've been meaning to say that. I was like, oh, we got that in common. I mean, I
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to give her a shout out because she's one of the most dopest performers. And I'm not saying it because she's my friend. Like the first time I saw her, because the way I met her was we used to have a show called Conversation Starters, and we would interview celebrities. And April was one of the celebrities that we interviewed. And so I was like, okay, she's cool. But when I finally saw her perform in real life, I was like blown away. And every time somebody sees her, they're like, why isn't she like ultra famous? Because she's so dope. She seriously is. That's always the question. Like, why hasn't she but she don't want to. She want to sell real estate.
The music industry is trash.
Music industry is the work of the devil.
It is.
I want to sell real estate. I'm like, no.
Because I want to change people's lives.
I love that.
I mean, so, I do. I actually enjoy changing people's lives and helping people get to where they want to be and achieve generational wealth, right? Exceed their generational wealth capabilities.
Yeah.
So
So, but if you go to April Sampe on Instagram, APRILSAMPE, there's some stuff on there you can see, and you'll agree.
oh,
April
and
Sampe.
all
Yes.
everybody in the Georgia area, if y'all are down to the Atlanta, Georgia, February 16th, I'll actually be down to the City Winery. So if y'all are interested, on the 16th, I'll be opening up for Malcolm Jamal Warner. It's going to be poetry versus hip hop. He's going to be the
Yeah.
poet. I'm going to be the singer.
Yeah.
And it's only on the 16th. Now, I know one of his shows is sold out on Saturday. The other one, he's going to be on Saturday. He's going to be the musical person.
He plays bass now. Is he pretty good?
Yes, he's amazing. I cannot answer that because I haven't seen him live yet.
I hate your guts. Okay.
Yeah.
But
All
I've seen you
But
play, and I
thanks for
know
keeping
you're
it real.
Right.
And we go and be like, April said he was amazing. He on there like,
I can't. Y'all, I don't want y'all to be like, yeah, he was great.
April got a really dope bass player in MD. But okay, Tiara, all right, what's your final words?
obviously we are queens that can come together and have spirited conversations. We don't always have to agree, but as you can see, we love Black people for real. We are always trying to figure out the best solutions for us and ways to get ahead and ways to get where we need to get as a community. So I would just say my contribution is Fly Nubian Money. We have a podcast coming up next at 1 p.m. Constance is not the lead today, but today we're gonna take a Trump break, y'all. We're just gonna talk about Cheryl Lee Ralph, an actress singer. Her and her husband have been living separately for over 20 years. They've never lived in a house together. And we're wondering, is that healthy? Does that feel like could you live separately from your husband? And I'm sure, people have their different perspectives on this, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about love, relationships, intimacy, Black love, all the things, right? Today. We're going to take a Trump break. We're gonna take a Trump break, y'all, and just get it popping in another direction. But yeah, I would love for you to join us. I also have so my contribution is the Fly Nubian Money Club. I am committed to bringing top experts bi-weekly to come in and teach you hard and soft skills to compete in this market. You hear me? Like, I want you to get the bag. We had Constance in there a few weeks ago teaching you the 7-figure blueprint. Our next training is a sales monster. Her name is Vanessa Gopal. She has procured millions of dollars. She works in the construction. She's one of the only Black independent female contractors in Los Angeles. She's just doing her thing. She's killing it, and she wants to show you how she's taking pretty much like created this blueprint for sales, and she's gonna teach you how to get it. So I would love for you to join us at flynubianmoneyclub.com.
Yay.
I'll tell you again tomorrow, but I'm
Yes.
gonna remind you tomorrow.
Yes. Also, listen, I have trainings that'll show you how to build your credit, to show you how to invest in stock, in real estate, in yourself, to show you how to write a book, to show you how to build, scale, and grow your business. All you got to do is go to growyourmoney.club.
Yeah.
There are a plethora. There are 30, 40 trainings on there and more coming on every month. So if you want to do that, it's $97 a month. Go to growyourmoney.club. That way you can get all of the training that you need in order to grow your money and not blow your money.
Get in the gym. Get in the gym every day.
We in the gym.
Growyourmoney.com.
So we're giving you all kind of options and resources and access because we want to help you to build wealth. That's our contribution. That's our contribution to closing the wealth gap. That's our contribution to our people. Is we just want to be resources for you. So last night I was real. Oh shit.
Okay.
Hey, but
Hold
look.
up.
But look.
Well,
oh shoot. I got it.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all got books in here, but I've ghostwritten 5 books. 2 of them have been award winning. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take 20 of those books. I've ghostwritten 5 books for other people. And
I need to get some of your book. Look, I got a book for you to. Can you ghostwrite it for me? Because
She's ready.
I love that. Y'all pull out y'all books. I'm like,
oh no, this is her book. These are hers. Listen. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, right? And so like when I have friends that are doing things, I just always want to make sure that I'm showing them nothing but love. Like,
Yeah.
I got books from my friends. I just books,
Yes.
you know, books about people how just these are friends. These are friends.
Yeah.
This whole
Yes.
section is for my
Yeah.
friends.
Getting
So
it popping.
I love this.
I love it.
I love having these great conversations with my friends, with my girlfriends, because it's really all love. And if you could, listen, I we talk like this offline. So this is
oh
like
yeah, it's not you.
yeah, this is great. This is and I love the banter. And she has some really, really outrageous, weird ass shit that she believes. And I'm just like, girl, you're crazy as shit. And she's like, you're crazy as shit. And then we can still be friends and love each other and everything else. But both of them are in the Net7 Collective. And we had our first meeting last night. You guys want to just share really quick what you guys thought about the meeting last night?
We did. April, go first.
Okay, so I actually unfortunately joined late, but I'll tell you that with me joining late, what I was able to see is how everybody was coming together, how everybody was learning a little bit about each other, how everyone was pouring into each other. So for me, when it comes to Net7 helps you to create businesses, right? It helps you, it teaches you about yourself and how you can use what God gave you and create businesses for yourself, create wealth, right? But at the same time, the beauty that is Net7, the reason it's so magical is because it allows all the women to come together and just pour into each other, right?
Yeah.
Develop each other, right? Because a lot of times, and I know I don't have that much time, but a lot of times once women get to a certain age, and I'm putting myself out there, right? Once we get to a certain age, we kind of want to start over. I'll use myself. I was in banking for 22 years. I knew all the ins and outs of banking. I was the shit at banking, and banking to me was some shit. I hated every ounce of it. I hated who I was. And when I found Net7, one thing that it did do is it showed me that I was more than just a banker. I was more than just somebody's employee, and that I was able to create what I wanted to create. I was able to create more in myself, and I was able to see more in myself. And I was able to pour into other women when it comes to their businesses. So I'm like, if you have a problem with something, the way that your logo looks, I'm that person that'll be like, it sucks. Let's talk about it. I have no, I'm that person, and I enjoy that, being that person, because I have no cut cards. I'll tell you that something's wrong if it's wrong.
Thank you. Thank you. So thank you,
It's
April. Tiara is part of the upcoming the new cohort of Net7 Collective. I was so happy to see you.
Yeah, so I joined that collective for different reasons, right? Aside from I prayed for a tribe. I did that last year. I prayed for a tribe, and He has brought me abundance of beautiful Black women who are just smart and innovative, and they just push me in different ways. So I joined Net7 because, as you know, I've been in Hollywood. I've been working. I've been really helping others. Like I just told you, I've ghostwritten 5 books, right? But I have not released my own book. Or
You will.
I will though. I've worked with celebrities. I've worked with entrepreneurs. I mean, I'm running around working with all of these people, but I want to just kind of shift the way I've been working. I've been working service based for a very long time, and I see how the internet is really like, I don't sell my own products. I'm just being transparent right now. I don't sell my own products all the time, and I should, because I have so many things to give you all. I've been helping entrepreneurs tell their stories, right? But I don't have, and I call it a story selling expert, but I don't have an actual product for you all to learn how to sell your stories. Like,
You
but
will.
if you could use your story to make money, right, with your brand and on the internet and all the things, and I know how to help you do that, but I don't have any products for you, unfortunately. So I joined Net7 for that reason, to
Oh, it's
change that.
on. It's
Popping. And then
oh.
I got this wonderful queen next to me who I co-host with every day on multiple shows. I just think she's smart, and I think she is just the one. She the right one. And somebody had a dream about us being symbiotically attached, which I think is hella weird, but I'm gonna just roll with it. Like, it was so strange. She was like, I had a dream that you and Constance were like joined. I was like how? Like joined,
Yeah,
like what?
I still gotta look that up.
Yeah, it's like, well, like the mama and the kids are
Yeah.
symbiotically, right? Like they're connected. And I was like, what does that mean? She was like, I don't know. I asked God to reveal it. I was like,
Let's get
Oh.
on the next.
so so
Let's get on
so I
early
just
so we
think
can
it's
ask.
that.
Let's get
Huh?
on. Let's get on the next one early so we can ask.
Yeah, we got to think about that. So anyway, so that's why I joined Net7. And last night I was not. It was just a great. It was a great start. It was a great reset. I wanted to walk in. I've had trainings and I've hosted them myself. But what I wanted to do was just like put what I knew down. Because I know a lot of things too, right? As a coach and blah, blah, blah. And I have my own clients. But I wanted to put it down and just respect the queen in the room and just allow her to teach me. So that's why I joined this.
You listen. I
Come
love
on.
Black people. I love Black women, and Net7. Me creating Net7 was something that I created for myself also because I just love us so much, and I want us to advance. I want you to be able to make millions of dollars. I want you to take your idea, and I want you to be able to make money from it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Wasn't it so cool? And we're gonna go. Wasn't it so cool though? The ladies from the other cohort saying all the stuff that they were doing. Some of that stuff I didn't even know. I was like,
Yeah.
that shit was so I'm sorry. That was so great. And like I said, I could die. Now I want to stop cussing like now at this point.
Now, right now.
Right now. But I could die today because of the overwhelming amount of service that I've given to people and just to see their lives being transformed as a result of me walking in my gifts. I could die and literally I will die with no regrets. And so I love that. I love that. I love Black people. I love Black women. And that's why I do it. I don't get rich off of Net7, y'all. Everybody know that. Like, this ain't something that makes me rich, but this is something that makes me rich so much inside. So that's why I do it. This is my purpose work. And that's why I do it. So anyway, if you are interested, go to for more information, go to Net7 Collective, Net7BBS.com. And we can talk. We started last night, but it was just a bonus call. It was an intro call. We haven't started the work. We start the work next Wednesday. So if you're interested, we might be able to add you on. Just go to net7bbs.com. Listen, we got to get on our other podcast, Tiara.
Yeah, I got to go, y'all.
We got to talk. We about to go talk our shit. Love y'all. We will see you tomorrow, same time. Guess what? The same bat channel.